Device and user groups in Jamf School allow admins to organize devices and users that share similar attributes. Whether it's for deploying apps to a set of iPads, deploying a passcode profile for computers, or creating a group of users for a class, groups allow us to organize our users and devices. My name is Corey. Let's go through an overview of device and user groups in Jamf School. User groups allow admins to organize groups of users, such as teachers in a particular building or all students enrolled in a science class. Each device that is assigned to a user is considered part of that group. This means if a teacher belongs to an all teachers group, so does the computer that is assigned to them. Device groups are used to manually or automatically organize devices enrolled in our instance. When we are ready to deploy resources to enrolled devices, only device groups can be used to scope profiles, apps, and documents to devices in our instance. There are two types of device groups in Jamf School: smart groups and static groups. Smart groups allow admins to organize devices based on one or more criteria, such as device type, building, model, or operating system. These groups have dynamic memberships, meaning that when a device meets the chosen group criteria, it's automatically included in the group. This can help save a lot of time by automatically organizing devices and assigning resources. For example, I have a smart group set up to gather teacher devices by looking for any devices assigned to users who belong to the teacher's user group. I've assigned some profiles and apps in my instance to this teacher iPad's smart group. Now, when I enroll a new iPad and assign it to someone in the teacher's user group, it's automatically added to my smart group and the assigned profiles and apps are automatically deployed to the device. This saves me a lot of time and ensures every teacher iPad has the necessary profiles and apps. Alternatively, we can also use static groups, which have a fixed membership in Jamf School. These groups require admins to manually update the group membership. This can be helpful when you have groups that don't need to change often, like a set of test computers or iPad carts. Now that we know what groups are, let's head to Jamf School to see how it works. I've been asked to create a workflow that automatically assigns some apps and documents to student iPads in Gertrude's algebra class. Let's start by creating a user group for the students in the class. Navigate to Users, Groups. Here we have a list of our current user groups, which for me consists of groups I've created for all of our teachers and students. On this overview page, we can view a brief description of the group if there is one, the number of members in the group, and edit or delete the group. When we select the checkbox next to a group name, we're given a few more options for the group, including the ability to add or remove users. I need to create a new group for Gertrude's algebra class. Click Add Group in the top right. Let's start by giving the group a name that makes it easy to identify. I'm naming mine Algebra Students. Next, we have the option to provide a description so other admins know what this is for. When ready, click Add. With our group created, let's add some members. Click Members on the left, and then click Add User. Here we can select all of the users that are part of the class. If you have any trouble finding a user, we can update how many records we see on the page, or we can use the search feature to help find users as well. I want to test this workflow out before adding a bunch of members, so I'm only assigning it to one user to start. Once all of the users are selected, click Add. All of the users part of the group are shown in the Members section. With our user group created, let's create a device group for the class. Navigate to Devices, Device Groups. Just like with our user groups, we are shown an overview of all of the groups we currently have in Jamf School and some high-level information about the groups, including group type and how many devices are part of the group. Remember, items such as profiles, apps, and documents can only be scoped to device groups, not user groups, so let's create a new device group for the student iPads in Gertrude's algebra class. Click Add Group. I'm naming my group Gertrude's algebra class iPads and giving it a brief description. We could also assign the group an image, but I'm leaving this as default. Next, we need to decide what type of group to create. When we created our user group, we only had the option to create a static group, where we had to assign each user manually. I want the assignments to happen automatically based on a set of criteria, so I'm creating a smart group. In the Options section, we can add some additional information and select whether we want to show this group in the iOS app. I'm not using this feature, so let's click Next. In the next three sections, Profiles, Apps, and Documents, we have the option to immediately assign any current profiles, apps, and documents to this group. I don't want to do this right away, and I know that I can update this later, so I'm clicking Next to go through these sections. In the Members section, we can define the criteria for membership in our Smart Group. We have the option to create a group where all of the criteria must be met in order for a device to be part of the group, or we can create a group where a device only needs to meet one of the criteria we define in order to be part of the group. Since I'm creating a group specifically for iPads in Gertrude's algebra class, I want devices to meet both of the criteria in order to be part of the group. Let's click Add Filter to add our first criteria. On the left, we have a pop-up menu that contains a long list of different criteria. Be sure to take some time to review the available Smart Group criteria listed here. Since I'm specifically looking for iPads, I'm selecting Device Type to start. Next, we have a pop-up menu to configure whether to include or exclude the selected devices. Because I'm looking for all iPads, I'm selecting one of the following. Finally, we can select the device types we want to include. Our students use a mix of iPad types, so I'm selecting iPad and iPad Air Wi-Fi to ensure all iPad types are included. If I only wanted a group that automatically included all iPads, I could leave this Smart Group as it is and click Finish. But I only want iPads in Gertrude's algebra class, so let's click Add Filter to add another criteria. This time, let's scroll down in our list of criteria and select User Member of Group. I'm leaving it set to one of the following and finding our previously created Algebra Students user group in the pop-up menu. So now, this Smart Group will contain any iPad that is assigned to a user that is part of the Algebra Students user group. Click Finish on the bottom right to finalize the setup. In the Group Details section, we have some information about our group, including the type and number of members. We can view those members and our selected criteria in the Members section on the left. Everything looks like it's working as it should be, so let's click Save Scope to finalize this criteria and confirm group membership. Once confirmed, we can use the Apps, Profiles, and Documents section to see what items are currently scoped to this group. Since this is a brand new group and I didn't assign any during the creation process, there are none. If you have questions about deploying profiles, apps, and documents, be sure to check out the links in the resources. With these two groups set up, I only need to update the algebra class user group whenever the list of enrolled students changes. The users will automatically receive all apps, documents, and profiles assigned to Gertrude's algebra class iPads, ensuring a consistent experience for the students and saving me a significant amount of time. Whether you're trying to organize students in a class or send the latest school newsletter to your teachers, groups are a great way to keep things organized and allows us to deploy profiles, apps, and documents in Jamf School. We encourage you to practice making smart and static groups for yourself, so you can become familiar with the options available to you. If you have questions, be sure to check out the links in the resources for more information. Thanks for watching.